Are house prices dropping in Toronto? Has the Toronto real estate market just changed directions in July and is now headed in a downward trend? Or are we seeing just a typical summer market? Hi and welcome. I'm Arlene Monzar, and I started working as a Toronto real estate agent in 2008, so I've seen many Toronto summer markets. In this video, I'll be discussing what is happening in the Toronto real estate market. I'll be reviewing July sales stats, the recent benchmark pricing, and I'll also touch on the BOC's next rate announcement and what we may expect to hear from them. There's a lot of speculation about what will and won't happen in the Toronto real estate market. And while no one has that crystal ball, being informed with the numbers will empower you to make the best informed decisions for yourself in this dynamic market. If you have any real estate questions that I can help you with, please feel free to either leave a comment or you can reach out directly to me, and my contact information is in the description box below. Also, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you find this information to be helpful, and I thank you for your support. Firstly, I want to mention that I'm discussing the City of Toronto transactions and not the GTA. Now, the City of Toronto is defined by the Toronto Real Estate Board, also known as TRREB, in this map here. Average price year over year. In this first graph, I'm comparing the total residential average price year over year in the City of Toronto. During the month of July 2023, the total residential average price of $1.066 million in the City of Toronto dropped by 7.48% from the previous month in June, and it also decreased by 10.9% from the year-to-date high seen in May at $1.197 million. The average price for a detached home in the City of Toronto during the month of July was $1.641 million. This average decreased by 8.1% from June's average, and it also decreased by 14.2% from the year-to-date high in May of $1.913 million. However, the price average increased by 8.3% when compared to July of 2022. The average semi-detached home sold for $1.257 million in the City of Toronto during the month of July, and this price average was also down from May's high by about 10.1%. However, this price average only decreased by 0.9% from July of 2022. Does this mean that we're seeing a change in the market trend and our house prices dropping in Toronto? What is the real estate trend in Toronto now? While the total residential price average for the City of Toronto did decline in July, last blue bar seen in the graph here from the previous 2 months in June and May, the average increased by 4.6% from July in 2022. The price average in July also increased by 4.88% from July in 2021 when interest rates were at historic lows. When examining price trends between May and July during the past couple of years, we see a similar downward trend of prices dropping before resuming again in September. Typically in the July and August months, many homeowners and home buyers take their summer holidays. School is out for the summer, and sellers, buyers, and agents alike take this brief time of warmer weather and a more relaxed summer pace to enjoy some personal time with family and friends. It's worth noting that during this time in the past, I have successfully negotiated on both price and terms for buyers during these summer months because the competition for properties is much less intense. Housing supply, demand, and pricing. In this graph, I demonstrate the relationship between the average sales price, which is seen as the black line, the number of sales transactions, which are the green bars, and the available inventory left over at the end of the month, otherwise known as supply, which are the blue bars. The relationship is as follows. As the gap between the blue bar and the green bar widens, the average price declines. Why? When there are more available homes for sale at the end of the month and the number of sales transactions decline, the average price also decreases. When compared to June 2023, the amount of available inventory during July increased by almost 10%. And the number of sales transactions that took place during July dropped by over 34% when compared to June. As a result, we saw the average sales price also drop by almost 7.5%. Now, what caused this significant drop in activity? Toronto Housing Market Forecast and TRREB's comments. The 34% drop in sales transactions may actually be a result of the buying market taking a pause because the Bank of Canada announced on July 12th that they would raise the overnight rate again by another 25 basis points to 5%, prior to reviewing the CPI numbers and seeing that inflation actually declined significantly to 2.8% in June, which is well within their target range of 1 to 3%. According to TRREB's chief market analyst Jason Mercer, uncertainty surrounding the direction of borrowing costs, jobs, and the overall economy has impacted home sales over the last 2 months. Over the long term, the demand for ownership housing will remain strong on the back of record population growth. However, many home buyers will continue to be on the sidelines in the short term until the direction of monetary policy and the economy becomes clearer. What can we forecast for the fall market in the City of Toronto, with the BOC's next rate announcement being on September the 6th? If past years are any indication, we should see an increase in both activity and pricing during the fall months. While many see inflation rising again this fall because it's been 18 months since the start of the rapid rate hikes, and it takes about that much time for its impact to be fully realized, also the fact that 30% of CPI over the past several months can be attributed to the mortgage increase costs, and consequently, the BOC will likely increase rates again, thereby negatively affecting the Toronto real estate market. Interestingly, a global news report stated that the BOC's second quarter survey conducted from June 8th to 19th showed a median of participants, which include senior economists or strategists involved in Canadian financial markets, expect the bank to hold interest rates at a 22-year high of 5% until the end of 2023 before starting to cut rates in March. SNLR Trend. I always examine the SNLR trend. This is the sales to new listing ratio, and it tells me what kind of market we're in. I use this percentage to guide client expectations. When it's above 60%, we're in a strong seller's market, and when it's below 40%, we're in a strong buyer's market. During July, the SNLR trend slipped slightly to 49.7%, indicating balanced market conditions. So while some homes are being negotiated on, others are selling in competition. Benchmark pricing. So how far will your money take you in the City of Toronto? Here's a quick overview of benchmark pricing by property type. Benchmark pricing refers to the typical home with common attributes in a specific area, including factors such as lot size, square footage, number of bedrooms, and number of bathrooms. Please bear in mind that this will vary by district and neighborhood, but it just gives you a general idea of costs. Benchmark price by housing type in July 2023. A detached single-family home at $1.765 million increased by 3.14% year over year. The semi-detached family home at $1.346 million increased by 0.75% year over year. The townhouse at $921,000 decreased by 3.85% year over year. The condo apartment at $761,000 decreased by 1.54% year over year. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're looking for strategic real estate advice, feel free to reach out directly to me and we can arrange a consultation. We'll discuss your unique situation and develop that optimal strategy to help you get from where you currently are to where you want to be in Toronto. My contact information is in the description box below, and I look forward to hearing from you.